The Carl Darlow on the edge of the Wales penalty area. Fires it forward in 3. North Macedonia bobs and it bounces harmlessly. Out of play. Sin or a dull kick to the visiting side. Craig Bellamy. The desperate side to win it really could make a big difference. Playoffs could be tricky. There's going to be some big sides involved. And you want to make sure that you are amongst the seeded teams, the teams that play at home in the semi-final at the playoffs. Nations League ranking would be good enough for these teams, as I mentioned already, to get into those playoffs, but it's really about getting those seeded spots in those home ties. And Wales looking to make an early impression here. Driving run forwards. And it's going to fall kindly for perhaps who puts it over the crossbar from inside the penalty area. First big chance of the game. A little more than 90 seconds on the clock. And David Brooks very nearly getting Wales off to the perfect start. It was Brendan Jones that had won the ball back impressively and made a run into the penalty area. The ball then just set up really kindly for David Brooks. He just couldn't get his foot over the ball. But ever so slightly underneath it and put it under the bar. But that is the really good start from Wales. What a bunglers it would have been for them to snatch an early goal in this game. North Macedonia currently occupy second spot in the group. Draw might be enough for them tonight. Would be enough, in fact, to secure that second spot. So that is all they need, and we might see that reflected in the way this game goes. Wales are going to be the ones trying to make something happen, and they are. Steady play with attacking intent early on. Another ball into the penalty area, this time from Dan James. Returned behind for a corner by Gyoko Zykov. It's a really good run down the right-hand side. Dan James linking up with David Brooks and sending the ball into the penalty area. Brendan Johnson arriving on the edge of the 6-yard box. And Zykov getting there just ahead of him to put it behind for a corner. But this is a really encouraging start for Wales. So Wilson delivers the corner, looking for the incoming Joe Roden at the far post. It's gone straight out of play. And it will be in goal kick to North Macedonia. A couple of opportunities early on for Wales. Craig Bellamy have been pretty happy with the way his side have started. First goal will be all important. As I mentioned, given that Belgium are playing Liechtenstein, and would not necessarily expect any kind of slip-up there. A point probably enough to Belgium this evening because of their superior goal difference. We would expect, and was certainly Belgium just to get the job done. In fact, I can tell you that with less than 7 minutes on the clock in that game, Belgium are ahead. They have already scored. And the Hans Vanaken opening the scoring. Scored the goal in the 1-1 draw against Kazakhstan in midweek. And it was open the scoring for Belgium this evening against Liechtenstein. So that already pretty much ends the hopes you would think if these two teams, Liechtenstein, who are bottom of the group, run out really struggled to make any kind of impression. They haven't scored yet in the qualifiers. Not already at all down. So Belgium, I think we can assume, are going to take top spot in the groups, and this is now, as we expected, purely a fight for the second spot and the seeding in the playoffs. Well, 6 minutes gone in the first half in the Cardiff City Stadium, and so far it has been Wales asking the questions. As Broden picks the ball out on the right-hand side of the penalty area and gives it to Nico Williams, who's playing as a right-back. Trina Silva playing on the left for Wales. In the back four, Mauler and Roden making up the defensive pair. And Roden loops the ball, helps her left towards Mauler. Going forward for Wilson. And it's dispossessed. It's a strong challenge, but a fair one according to the referee. J.D. Silva manages to get back and nick the ball off Ennis Bardi as it's fired up towards the halfway line once again by the Wales defenders. One back by North Macedonia. Stashevsky getting it to Zarkov, the captain. Wales almost skipped the ball. So North Macedonia on the edge of their own penalty area. It is the visitors who are looking threatening now. And Illness laying the ball off. And the shot comes in from Stashevsky, and it flies high over the crossbar from a fairly long way out. Always looked like an ambitious attempt, that one. No issues to Karl Darlow in the Wales goal. Picked up again on the halfway line. And played all the way back to Karl Darlow. He gives it to Mauler. Mauler back to Roden. Selwood again finds Nico Williams, and now Brooks slipping the ball forward towards the edge of the penalty area. So North Macedonia winning the ball back and now looking for the counter-attack, and then it's Bardi making a run down the right-hand side, and it's a pull from Moreland that tries to clear, but ends up just kicking the ball up into the air, and Bardi able to get it under control. Lost a bit of momentum here. North Macedonia have now been forced to get back into their own half. Do still have possession. Stashevsky gets it out wide. And then the ball from deep, just bouncing over the head of Blamniowski, the Rangers striker, and into the arms of Karl Darlow. Now it's Wales on the attack with Sheard and now Williams. Takes it back to Roden. He finds Mauler. Roden again. Now to the right-hand side for Williams. Just inside the North Macedonia half. Williams again. Full step backwards this time and finds Joe Roden. Now it's with Mauler. Still, Wales in possession. An impatient build-up from them this time as they try and work a bit of space. Can the ball around comfortably at the moment. The Macedonian defenders sitting pretty deep. And we'll have to be patient at times, Wales, this evening. just want them to try and make something happen. There's the host side and there's the side who needs the win. But the feet of Zmitrzycki, the goalkeeper, and sends it long and out of play. Going to get the first yellow card. For a foul on Dan James. Tiami Kostadinos picks up the first booking. It's free kick for Wales in a pretty good position. Harry Wilson, one of those standing over the ball. It does deliver it now. It's going to be headed clear. Bardi now looking to get it away for North Macedonia, and the ball does come off Dan James and goes out of play. So throw in to the visiting side. Stojewski, but they want to take the throw in. North Macedonia, no massive rush here. Double is back with Wales again, and Jada Silva. Still Wales in possession with Nico Williams. First time ball over the top down the left hand side for Brennan Johnson. He picks it up nicely and floats the ball out to the right hand side. Nico Williams chasing after it towards the corner flag to keep it in play. And finds Dan James. Now it's with Roden. And Williams tried to help it onto Dan James, but two players not quite on the same wavelength. It's going to be cleared by Stojewski. Let's have a play for a throw-in. I'm on such a foot. Red shirt, and it'll be a North Macedonia throw. Just under 17 minutes played in this first half. Played back to Carl Darlow, who finds the silver. Now, Lindler playing it back to Darlow again. With his feet just outside the penalty area. Launches it long to Dan James. And tied it up here by North Macedonia. They were happy just to sit off there when Darlow was in possession. There was no attempt to close him down. It seems fairly clear that the instructions are to keep it tight. Certainly not going to see North Macedonia take any risks. One of the scores at level stage in the game. They just happily Sukipol withdraw right now if you offered it to them, of course. And quarter of an hour gone. So far they've done exactly what they came to Cardiff to do. As Brennan Johnson charges down the defender to try and put the visiting side under pressure. Comes off the Tottenham Hotspur man, goes out of play. Through a minute there of a tricky spell. Brennan Johnson at the moment. He'll dip in his time in recent weeks. It's been the easiest of starts to the season for him. Harry joined a while ago now. Some Birmingham Forest and quite a bit of time at Tottenham had established himself in the starting 11. Just used to have another favour. A little bit out of form as Wales come forward. There's a tumble inside the penalty area from David Brooks, and the referee says penalty. Well, what an opportunity for Wales to take the lead. North Macedonia are not happy, but Wales have been handed the opportunity to take the lead here. Andrei Stochevsky balls who just ran across the back of David Brooks as he was trying to run onto the ball. Does seem to clip him. The referee was perfectly placed. Stojan Dimitrievski, the goalkeeper's not happy. Bojan Nielski is arguing as well with the official. And Wales given the opportunity here to take the lead. Harry Wilson looks as though he's going to be the one stepping up to take this penalty. Back in the side. Such an experienced and important player for Wales. But the captain's armband. It's Harry Wilson. It's 1-0. It's beautifully taken. Wales lead after 18 minutes. Harry Wilson, the goal scorer. David Brooks, the man fouled. There is no one in this Wales squad who has more caps or indeed more goals than Harry Wilson. 67th appearance for his country and goal number 15 for the Fulham man. Barely a flicker of a reaction from Craig Bellamy on the touchline. But that eases the pressure on Wales. I'm just seeing a replay of the foul by Stochevsky. He ran across the back of David Brooks. Clearly clips Brooks's right foot, which then in turn causes him to fall over. There's not a challenge as such, but almost a deliberate action to run across him, and well, the referee was perfectly placed. Didn't see any reason not to award the penalty. So Wales have their goal early on here, and that changes the dynamic of this game. It puts Wales into second spot as well. Now it's all on Macedonia to try and turn things around. Remember, they only need a draw to take second spot in the grid. Wales now, if they do win, would need Belgium to lose to Liechtenstein at home in order for them to win the group. That is technically still possible. Wales, though, will be expecting that kind of miracle from Liechtenstein. In fact, Belgium, as I've already mentioned, are leading in their game by a goal to nil. Dimitrievski, the goalkeeper, by the way, was shown a yellow card for dissent following the award of the penalty. Wales enjoying plenty of possession now. Under the stat tension and pressure, and they're looking to add to their lead. They're in behind again here. Brooks is there. Brooks has scored. It's 2-0. And the man who won the penalty is now doubled Wales' advantage. 3 minutes after going ahead, they double their lead. And already it's looking like a mountain for North Macedonia. Really well taken goal. Very simple, very effective. Brennan Johnson, the creator. Simple ball over the top down the left-hand side. Johnson timed his run perfectly. Pulled the ball back into the middle of the penalty area. And Brooks, they've had a chance very early in the game, inside the first couple of minutes. Striking the ball into the ground. It bounces over the goalkeepers. A little deflection as well. Off the player. Slajewski gave away the penalty. Over really tough 5 minutes for him. A disastrous 5 minutes for North Macedonia. And David Brooks. And the moment to remember, his 6th international goal. His 2nd in this qualifying campaign. And Wales now looking even more secure. North Macedonia would have to score twice, but they are in here. They could pull one, but Dollar slips, and it's put away, and it is 2-1. Miłowski. Well, what an incredible 5 minutes we've had here. 3 goals scored. And North Macedonia right back in the game. Bojan Miłowski of Rangers with his 9th international goal. And now they just need one more to go back into 2nd place. It's a simple ball through the middle. And the really unfortunate bit is that Caldalo slips at the crucial moment. He's backing off and waiting for Miłowski to have a shot, and as he's doing so, he slips, falls forward, and that just allows Bojan Miłowski to run the ball into the back of the net. That is a disastrous moment for Caldalo and for Wales. And now North Macedonia on the attack again. Suddenly buoyed by that immediate response. A crazy fight finish in Cardiff. And the Rangers forward with his 9th international goal in 38 games for his country. What a game we have in our hands now. Frantic few minutes. Wales lead by 2-1. Really quite remarkable passage of play. And very unfortunate Caldalo. You know, I mean, he won one to remember. It's only his 12th international cap. He's had nothing to do in the first quarter of the game. All of a sudden, there's a possibility for 1-1, and he falls over. His feet just gave way. More slippery turf. North Macedonia all of a sudden playing with a bit more intent and aggression. How big could that goal be for them? Wales look to take a quick throw in with the goalkeeper temporarily out of position. That Eagle back in. Now it's Nico Williams drilling the cross in low. It bobbles up inside the penalty area and then fired back in towards goal. Brennan Johnson was there trying to get the shot away. He felt he might have been fouled, and it's sliced behind for a corner. And Joseph can't believe that his attempt didn't find the target. It's actually a really good block from the defender. Ball played into the middle of the penalty area. Johnson looking to hit it first time, and it's just a really strong tackle that blocks the effort from Johnson. Corrected a defending by Darko Wilkowski. Otherwise, that was probably 3-1 to Wales. Near the corner from Brooks into the middle of the penalty area and headed just wide. Joe Rundon. You may have fouled his man in the build-up, heading the ball towards goal. It does actually go out of play off Ellis Elmas. And call has been given, so no foul from Roden. And Charles Wilson to deliver from the right-hand side, left-footed. Here it comes to the far post, headed back towards goal. And Elmas heads it away. And now North Macedonia looking to break. And there's some getting back and making the tackle and post the ball back to Darlow. They're a little nervous, no doubt, after that slip in the build-up to the goal that he conceded a couple of minutes ago. Wilson getting the ball out wide to Johnson. Johnson flipping the ball into the penalty area. Wilson making the run. Mid bounces harmlessly behind him and out of play for a goal kick to North Macedonia. Things just starting to settle down again now. 10 minutes ago, it was 0-0. Now Wales lead by 2-1. Amazing how things change. Wales soon to be in complete control at 2-0. Almost felt like the job was done. To concede straight away afterwards suddenly makes things completely uncertain again. One more slip up, one big chance for North Macedonia as simply Wales lose that second spot in the group. And then the unfortunate to Carl Darlow. Lifeline for North Macedonia. And there's less than half an hour played, so a long way to go here as Nico Williams carries the ball forward. Gives it to Brooks. Brooks plays it out to the left-hand side for De Silva. And he finds Johnson. Going to drive at the North Macedonia defense, and then he attempts the cross, which is blocked, and he thinks it should be a corner. Referees points it for a goal kick. Final touch off Brennan Johnson. And it remains 2-1. I mentioned the Wales are real short on numbers and injuries and suspensions. Brennan Johnson, one of 5 changes, and did brilliantly to set up the second goal. And now Harry Wilson with a great turn and running to the penalty area, looking to square it into the box. It's a bit of a scrappy situation as North Macedonia struggles to clear. So then they manage eventually that Wales have it again. It's a brilliant burst by Wilson into the penalty area. Just couldn't get the shot away or pick out a teammate. He's with Brooks now. Plays it back to Lawler. And Wales just trying to settle things down a little bit here. After that frantic 5-minute spell. Dan James chasing the ball down to the corner flag and does well to keep it alive. He is quick. The former Manchester United player. The ball is given away by Wilson and cleared upfield. So Mijovski lays it off very nicely indeed for Bardi, and Bardi plays the ball over the top for Elnas, and Elnas looking to get into the penalty area. Here he's got 2 Wales players in front of him, tries to then pick out a pass on the edge of the box, and Wales clear it away. And you film us. It's only 1-2 or wash potentially for North Macedonia. 70-50s national appearance for him. Just 26 years old. This is club football with Napoli, of course. One of the more notable names. The North Macedonia squad. Bit back with Stolar Dimitrievski now, the goalkeeper. There is currently playing his top football in Spain. In fact, most of his top football in Spain is in Valencia. He's not a automatic first choice. Hasn't played a huge number of league games for them since signing in 2024. He was previously at Rayo Vallecano, where he did make a lot of appearances. He's playing his 85th international to North Macedonia this evening. Seen it twice so far. And Wales enjoying plenty of possession still. Comes inside the North Macedonia half. One now with Broden. Plays it forward, then went straight through to the goalkeeper. Dimitrievski launches it forward quickly. Tried to find Elmas. Sends you up high the Welsh back line. Shit now. Looking for Brooks. Lays it off first time for Williams. Plays it back to Brooks again on the right hand side. Little slip, but he manages to get the pass away to Williams. He takes it out wide to the edge of the penalty area, looking to deliver the cross from the right hand side. It is blocked on the edge of the box. It will be a corner to Wales. Brooks is a little caller for Harry Wilson once again. Worms set piece specialist. Plays it in to the middle of the penalty area. It's been headed clear. Wilson again. Keen to get past Elmas, couldn't do so. And in the end fakes the challenge to put the ball out of play. So we'll throw into North Macedonia. Belgium are now 2-0 up in their game against Liechtenstein. Jeremy Doku of Manchester City has scored in that game. Just cementing Belgium's place at the top of the table. Was felt inevitable. Look, so he would get the job done this evening. Despite disappointing points against Kazakhstan in midweek. Become Wales again, and Nico Williams is into the penalty area. He's at the post. Great effort. I think the goalkeeper got a touch as well. Dimitrievski may have just kept North Macedonia in touch here. Brilliant burst into the penalty area from Nico Williams. And now it's Brooks. Moves it for Williams again on the right-hand side. Never to go, so plays it back to Broden. Now it's forward to the edge of the box, picked up by Brooks. Lovely feet on the edge of the penalty area. Goes down, but nothing given. So North Macedonia try and break away. Something they haven't been able to do. It comes back to the goalkeeper, Dimitrievski, who may have got a fingertip of the ball onto the post from that Williams effort a few moments ago. 10 minutes left in the first half. Wales coming forward once more with Brown Johnson gives it to Liam Cullen. Playing a bit of a deeper role, Liam Cullen. Shares former club with Brennan Johnson. Had long spells at Lincoln City early in their careers at different times. And Johnson played same time as Morgan Rogers. They were in the same side. And just getting a replay of the essay from Nico Williams. And it was brilliantly saved by Dimitrescu, getting a fingertip on it, pushing it onto the post. And Nico Williams very close to getting his name on the score sheet. That would have been the huge goal for Wales. And leaves the pressure on them. They are still coming forward, attacking relentlessly in this first half. And the shot comes in. Oh, it's in. Oh, they got the goal from Brennan Johnson. And in this story one, how Wales rushed on with a 2-goal lead with an extraordinary finish from Brennan Johnson. Set up the second. He's just scored probably his best goal for Wales. Out on the left-hand side, cuts in field, entered the penalty area, fires it right foot to top corner. Dimitrescu absolutely nowhere near it. Maybe a little deflection again of Kostaninov this time. It maybe helped it on its way over such line. Here was a thunderous strike from Brennan Johnson. And for a player who's had such a tough run of late, that is a fabulous moment for him. His 7th international goal. His 2nd in qualifying. And it restores Wales' 2-goal advantage, 3-1. It's suddenly everything looking so much better for Wales, but they could be in trouble again here. Miowski was almost one of Mohamedala. It was just a heavy touch that meant he couldn't get the opportunity to shoot, but he was left in plenty of space on the edge of the penalty area after a poor attempted header from Roden. The ball went up in the air and Miowski tried to bring it under control. There's a heavy touch that took him away from goal. A better first touch there, and he could have been through for Mohamedala again. And Wales said, Frank Bellamy said from the start that he wanted his side to be aggressive and attack. Picks an attacking lineup. And that's certainly been the case. There's still there are more goals in this game. The next one's a huge one, of course, if there is to be another one. Six minutes plus stoppage time remaining in the first half. Still Macedonia come forward once again. The turns to Miowski on the edge of the penalty area again, just struggled to get it under control initially. Now it's Buddy. There's it out to the right-hand side, and they have players forward here. Elmas was there and just couldn't get on the end of it, and the shot does come in. Will be a corner. Stoshevski going for goal, and it's deflected behind. A chance. Is there a corner? Take it short. Elmas Floats him into the penalty area. It's dangerous ball. Wales have cleared it. Danger not complete here yet, as the attempted cross. Velpsti is blocked and Hopkins behind for another corner. In his body, goes across to take it once again from the left-hand side, right-footed. And may ask more questions of Wales before half-time here. Elmas has it. Tries to flick the ball past Boksu. He concedes the free kick for handball. I don't think it was the intentional attempt to play the ball, but he had his arm outstretched and Elmas tried to knock the ball past him, struck the arm of the Bournemouth man. And scored the second goal, of course, to give us 2-0 lead. Three and a half minutes left in the first half. Vardy to take the free kick, goes for goal, and Darlow, scrambling to his right-hand side, is able to push it behind. Everyone was waiting for the cross to come in from Ennis Vardy. And the North Macedonia captain trying to catch Darlow out. It's a good save from the goalkeeper in the end. Managed to get himself across to his near post and make the stop. Now Vardy delivers the corner into the near post. Not a great delivery this time. It's easily cleared. And Elmas has picked him out with a header. And Vardy into the penalty area now, looking to cut it back. The cross to the far post is deflected. The flag goes up. And there will be a goal kick. He just took it out of play there. Ennis Vardy. And Wales survive a little bit of a scare. And there have been a few of those in this first half. Not totally convincing yet. But they do have a 2-goal cushion. The second spot in that group looks to be more or less secure at the moment. Again, is that next goal, if there is to be another goal. And the way it goes will really determine how this match plays out. Wales can add another one. It would take it probably be enough. Macedonia can pull one back again. And they have had chances. Suddenly it's a very different story. Crucial few minutes coming up before half-time here. As Dan James carries the ball down the right-hand side with pace, gets the cross in, it's headed away. And now Elmas trying to pick the ball up inside a catch tag, just didn't get it under control. So there is a foul in there, and then will be a free kick to North Macedonia. Incidentally, Belgium have a third. Now they lead 3-0 against Liechtenstein at home. Jeremy Doku has scored again. So in top spot in the group is limited secure. And would take a miracle now, so Belgium not to win the group. And still had just over a minute plus stoppage time remaining in this first half as North Macedonia are on the attack again. The cross into the penalty area just over the head of Miolski. And now there's going to be a free kick for a foul by Shkovsky. Was protesting his innocence, but too much of a challenge with a physical presence there as he battled with the ball. That'll be damages rather for the ball. A little bit clumsy from Shkovsky. Dano's kick is not the best, giving the ball away, but Wales quick to win it back. And now lucky to put some pressure on North Macedonia. Certainly haven't let up Wales. Seemed to be attacking even when they went 2 goals up, but they didn't have a 2-goal lead for long. There has been a frantic first half, and the referees decided there's no time to be added on. So Wales are 45 minutes away from securing second spot in the group. Harry Wilson from the penalty spot giving them a lead. David Brooks making it 2-0. Just thought there was a goal for Miowski at North Macedonia just a minute later. And then Brennan Gilson scoring the best of the bunch 8 minutes before half-time to give Wales a 2-goal cushion at the break. It is Wales 3, North Macedonia 1. I can move and then in the day I from Governor Opinion, I came down with it and well, and we can take one to the right. I won't learn any real family. And a root. And film. And I tell it, yeah. We are stay on there. Yeah. Like, but I have been on lost it away. No, I'm thing and I don't. I'm not thinking again. But I did you. I'm putting my help, yeah, like you know, then we have the man in I had it, my help, comes in, you know, yeah, no problem with it, I don't know. And that, or you feel to meditate, happy, or you what you want, and I'll be on real night, I'm going to the meditate, not what you're doing, but I really have and the way getting kind of way thing I do in many meetings in my I'm not quite there. Run and it longer than live when something when you come up and don't have them don't not heard that it lives like one look at very often dinner from the red yeah, and then blame I think love the attitude and I'm real anything we can get out right now I mean For the 2-goal advantage to be restored by Brennan Johnson. Wilson and Brooks with the other goals for Wales. It was Miowski, the Rangers striker, who spoiled for North Macedonia as we prepare to get this second half underway. So North Macedonia hoping for a strong start to this second period. We did have a couple of opportunities after they pulled one back as well. Carl Darley made a good save to deny Bardi. Just had a couple of uncomfortable moments at the back. Wales, so that have looked extremely threatening. Tomaszewski made one really good save to deny Nico Williams. Done for Wales in the early part of the second half. But certainly ease any remaining tension, although for Bellamy, you'd imagine you'd be pretty happy with the way this has played out so far. They have looked a bit vulnerable on the counter-attack from time to time. Obviously, were caught out for the goal. There was a little bit of fortune from North Macedonia's point of view, but just Carl Darlow slipped at a crucial moment. Nios used it full of dance, Jabab. The next goal in this game was still like should be in. England holding one, particularly if Wales get it. And Brennan Johnson trying to break away down the left-hand side here for Wales. He's won a throw-in. Trying to play the ball in field. It ricocheted out of play off North Macedonia player. Good performance from him so far this evening. Brennan Johnson, the assist for David Hook's goal and scoring a brilliant third himself. Support Wales. 6 goals ahead once more. This inclusion ahead of Saul Thomas was something that was certainly discussed pre-match, because he has been a little out of form, but Craig Bellamy turning to him this evening, and so far that decision has paid off. Burned his forward towards Dan James, who was able to win a throw-in. From the right-hand side. Those have taken that pretty quickly, and they are still coming forward. Nico Williams with the attempted cross, and it's turned behind for a corner. Another defender. Reminded there was a slim chance that these two teams could finish top of the group if Belgium lost. So they've just done this evening as the ball comes in, and Liam Cullen trying to attack it from the corner. Wasn't able to get enough on it. Probably seriously should have done a little bit better as well. He's into the near post, had to flick it on at the near post. Did the Swansea City man. Just didn't get enough on it or anything on it really. And Macedonia sleeping a little bit at that corner and very nearly caught out. For either of these two teams to finish up the group, it would have required Belgium to either draw and for one of these two to win heavily, for Belgium to lose. And for one of these two to win, with Belgium 3-0 up at the halfway stage. and very much in control of this group as there happens the most of it. Well, Wales will be happy enough for the opening 5 minutes of this second half. Vic Brooks keeping another attempt to burst into the penalty area. Just couldn't quite keep the ball under control. Ball was fired up towards the halfway line. Elmas getting it under control. Moves for its Bardi. It's trying it again here. So North Macedonia plays it out to the left-hand side. Nico Williams with a really good sliding challenge to win the ball for the hosts. He was giving it away on the edge of the penalty area, Roden. And now it's Bardi with a chance to shoot perhaps. Great block. Forcial interception from Machine there. As Wales now try and break with Dan James. Gets over the halfway line and plays it out to the right-hand side for Brooks. Brooks into the penalty area. Looking for space to shoot. His effort is blocked. It comes to him again. And the effort is tipped over the top by the goalkeeper. Dimitrievski with a brilliant save to deny David Brooks' second goal. But after Wales almost shot themselves in the foot at the other end, they nearly broke away and scored a fourth. It's a good save from the Valencia goalkeeper to keep it at 3-1. And Wales have a corner, but they could so easily have conceded at the other end. Roden giving the ball away. Flaciveri just weren't able to get a shot on goal. Roden has now come forward for this corner, which will be taken by Harry Wilson. Yes, swings it into the far post, straight into the arms of the goalkeeper, and will try and get things moving quickly. Expect both sides to really go for it in the second half, and ending Wales are going to sit back. They may be a little more defensive-minded. They can't afford to just let North Macedonia attack them. They will be perhaps a little more sensible than their opponents. You just look to possibly take advantage of North Macedonia throwing a few extra men forward from time to time. So there, felt the breakaway. He already produced another goal for David Brooks. Ball is with Jay De Silva now. Comes now wide to Brennan Johnson. Johnson, the ball inside. Now it's with Cummin. Was keeping possession nicely. It's with De Silva. Pulls it back into the penalty area. Now it's come to Brooks. Long way out. What's to the 1-2 on the edge of the box. Helmnes wins it back for North Macedonia and then just hesitates on the ball a little bit. There's one back by Brennan Johnson again. Played out to the right-hand side. Now Dan James working it onto his left foot. Flicks it into the penalty area. It just gets away from Liam Cullen. So he can get it on the end of it. And then bounces harmlessly out of play. Wales do look afraid. Changes being made here by North Macedonia. Going to make a couple of substitutions. Isnik Alimi is one of those coming off. And Andrei Stachevsky making way as well. Medako Chulinov is on. So serious. Lirim Hamidi. So Alimi and Stoichevsky Bitu coming out. The change made fairly early in the second half. Just 10 minutes in. Wales still have that 3-1 lead. And they're satisfied enough with the start of the second period. They could have had it to their goal tally, in truth. That's heavy as well, since half-time that Belgium have added a couple more goals. And they now lead by 5 goals to 0 against Liechtenstein. That top spot is even more secure as Wales come forward again with Wilson. Lovely back heel, and there's number 4. Setting up Dan James brilliantly for another. Wales Balga, the claimed second spot on this group now for sure. And it's a beautifully worked goal. Once again, Harry Wilson involved. Scored the penalty earlier on. But he sets up Dan James for his 9th international goal. But it was beautifully worked. Brooks started the move by driving in fields, played the ball out to Harry Wilson, who backheeled it first time into the path of the on-rushing Dan James. He was completely unmarked. 1-minute goalkeeper. And he stood it into the bottom corner. Beautiful Welsh goal. 4-1. Job done, it would seem, in Cardiff. The next goal is always going to be the big one. And Dan James making sure that Wales have a healthy lead. North Macedonia's game plan coming out of the window pretty early with the starts of the game here. Wales now with the ceiling full of confidence. Macedonia. Considering to try and find ways to get back into this game. Trying to be a little more adventurous in the early stages of this second half, but they're just in caught out. On one occasion. Belgium have scored 6 now, by the way. 6-0 up against Liechtenstein. King absolutely short. Miles score it a fun here as well. Fred Schumiel mark. Miles on the attack again. Common, who finds Brennan Johnson. Cuts inside, hits the cross to the far post, headed down, and it's a brilliant block by the defender. David Brooks and Dan James were queuing up at the back post to try and finish off the move. In the end, it was a good block as Wales come through it again. Took in the corner quickly. Just want more goals. They did come pretty close to grabbing another. Kurt Bellamy will be really pleased with his performance from his side, especially after the disappointment at midweek. They did get the win against Liechtenstein, but it was unconvincing. This is much more like the kind of performance he was been looking for. It's winning over other people, Craig Bellamy. But one or two who may not have been totally sure about his appointment, but he's certainly been impressive in the press conferences, and the results have been pretty good as well. Some is like tonight will certainly help as Brennan Johnson comes into the penalty area, skips away from a couple of challenges, comes to David Brooks on the edge of the box, crowded out by a sea of white North Macedonia shirts as they try and break away now with Ellis Bardi, the captain, shielding onto the ball and then tipping it over the top down the left-hand side. Kept alive by Miofsky, the goal scorer. His goal feels like a very long time ago now. It's with Alimi. Finds Vinievski. Stick Alimi again. Now it's with Almas. Tied out to the left-hand side. Sure enough, the substitute getting involved really to the first time since coming on, and now he has it again inside the penalty area. Drills it across the 6-yard box. It's cleared by Wales. Bardi has it now. Danger not over just yet. Elmas has it on the left-hand side of the penalty area. Gives it to Bardi again, the captain. Trips it in to the far post, and it's De Silva gets his head to it. Darlow then shows his after the loose ball, is able to grab hold of it before it goes out of place for a corner. It's good descending. Choose De Silva to get there ahead of a man making the run at the far post. It's going to be another double change here. So North Macedonia, and a couple of changes for Wales as well. David Brooks is going to make way. Sorba Thomas is coming on. I think Dan James might be on his way too. So it is Dan James. And David Brooks should make way. Nathan Broadhead of Wrexham and Sorba Thomas of Stunt. Two players who come on. First changes made by Craig Bellamy. Shenzhen Books, sort of the goal scorers, making way. But with offense once again here as Mary Wilson tries to slide into the penalty area. Miofsky incidentally taken off by North Macedonia. And Alimi coming off as well. You can see players coming on. Elmin Rustada. Redgali of Terrasoft. Quite attacking changes. Soft distinct side, which is what they need at this stage. Desperate for a goal to strengthen their position in this match, give them something to build on. Wales will be very happy indeed that the 20 minutes since half-time, being able to control proceedings, scored one. Could have been even better for them. Brennan Johnson attempts a pass into Broadhead, didn't quite get it right. Bomb headed up towards the halfway line where Broadhead gets a touch on it. Plays it forward. Spun back. Find North Macedonia and Almas playing the ball out to the left-hand side. Wales winning the ball back comfortably. And Darlow with the ball at his feet. No real rush for him now. It's picked up by Cullen. Now with De Silva. Carrying it down the left-hand side. Looks for Cullen and the ball thorns kindly for De Silva again. Couple of loose passes from Wales. They just still have possession. There's a chance. Broadhead to run forward and Hughes fouled. It's nearly a free kick to Wales. Elnas, the player penalised. Sheehan, in fact, who was shoved at the back by Kenny Felnas. Soup Thomas and Harry Wilson standing over the free kick from the left-hand side. It's not the greatest delivery from Wilson, and Vardy trying to clear his lines. Down the show it a few yards, and Wales threatening again. Ball will come for Brennan Johnson on the left-hand side. Now it's with Cullen. Plays it low into the penalty area. Macedonia should deal with this one, and now it's with Vardy. He just hesitated a little. The referee's pulled it back for a free kick anyway. By Silva Thomas. Remains 4-1. Goalkeeper plays it long from the free kick. It's up by Lawler. It's back to Darlow. Sends it up towards the halfway line. It's up once again. And Velikovsky. Carrying it forward towards the halfway line. Wales would have been perhaps expecting a bit of a tense evening here, but the second half has really been anything but. Very comfortable indeed. To Kitty since the fourth goal went in. 3-goal cushion means that they are very much in control here. Haven't really been under any kind of pressure at all. Couldn't take them long to add another goal in the second half. Less than 20 minutes remaining. Yevsky now looking for the cross, puts it to Mudstalo's goal. And in fact, over the top, then down for a goal kill. This evening. To this English bit, we're expecting a pretty tight game. As soon as Wales got the second goal, then just kind of seemed to open up. Perhaps understandably, North Macedonia trying to be a little more aggressive. Maybe they should have just settled things down a little bit after getting the first goal back. And a little too eager to try and sum it up with an equaliser. And there's a spell of a few minutes shortly after they pulled the goal back where they were looking dangerous. Might trying to capitalise on that boost. As the goalkeeper, Dimitrievski, is forced to make up an unexpected save. Cross gave in, they took a deflection of us heading towards his goal. Super Thomas with the cross, they took two deflections. And Seklar Felkovsky, and it was heading to the back of the net. And Timashevsky had to deal with it and managed to do so. Now it's with Brennan Johnson. Played back for Roden. Ulorda. Now the Silva. Ulorda again on the halfway line. There's it forward into Broadhead. It gets it out to the right-hand side to Sorba Thomas. Thomas driving forward, plays the long cross, which is blocked. Belkowski, and it shipped her out of play for a quarter to Wales, and it does. Wales, we're hoping they can make something happen from this set piece. I'd said too many forward as Wilson delivers. Roden was in there. Much chance for Brennan Johnson, doesn't quite reach him in the end, but it does go to Thomas, and now Wilson again. Might look to shoot himself, instead he's fouled him. It's the penalty area. We did another free kick to Wales in a dangerous position. Send-minute shooting range for Harry Wilson. It's fine on the corner of the box, just outside. Ujankowski. He's given the free kick away. "60 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. And it's Macedonia be trying to deal with this free kick. This one is certainly going to be taken by Wilson. The else seems to be backing off. Luca Williams is there as well, but it suits the left foot of Wilson, who goes to goal and scores. It's a brilliant free kick by Harry Wilson, who has his second goal in the game. And Wales are out of sight, they've got 5. What a night in Cardiff for Wales. As soon as he lined up to take this free kick, you just fancy him. to find that top corner, which he did. Curled it over the wall with such power and precision. It's a brilliant free kick. Dimitrievski flung himself. He knew what was coming, but he couldn't stop it. It's absolutely perfect from Harry Wilson. His second goal of the game. Setting one up as well. That's 16 international goals and 4 in 5 in this qualifying campaign. He is so crucial for them. Still just 28 years old. On midfielder, 67 caps. No international goals than anyone else in this Welsh squad. Dan James getting his 9th international goal. No, Wilson is the only one to reach double figures. Brand Jolson, of course, scoring as well. He got his 7th. Brooks got his 6th. Saved 1. It's Wales. To come forward again, Brennan Johnson taken out on the touchline, and people remind you a yellow card. The Tumsy challenge. Sinievski staying spoken to by the referee. Might get away with it. Ball was back in play again. I don't think the card was shared in the end. Just talking to from the referee. Darno playing the ball out to the right-hand side. Kept in play by Nico Williams, who's out to drive forward, and now Sorba Thomas can charge forward for Wales. Plays it in low, and it's cleared away. There'll be a throw-in, which Thomas is taken quickly. Gets it back from Sheehan. Forced to go backwards. So Broden, Lawler, De Silva. It's Sheehan getting out wide to Colour. Now it's with Johnson on the left-hand touchline. And continuing to knock the ball around with confidence here, Wales. And showing a lot of possession at the moment. Macedonians chasing shadows for the most part. The ball is brilliantly fed through to Brennan Johnson by Cullen. Cuts it back. Big chance here for Wilson on the hat-trick. Foul inside the penalty area. Wales have the penalty. And Harry Wilson, it was brought down, will surely get the chance to complete his hat-trick. Well, once again, the culprit, Ms. Velkovsky. There's had a torrid time at the back. Clumsy challenge. Taking down Harry Wilson. And the Fulham man with the ball in his hands. Absolutely no surprise at all that he is going to try and complete his hat-trick in Cardiff. Moyes turning into a really special night for Wales. There are 10 minutes to go. And Belkovsky have their complaints about this one. You see, watches on to see if Harry Wilson can take advantage. Dimitrievski to face him again, and Wilson sends it the wrong way. 1-0 half 6. And a hoop trick for Harry Wilson. What a night for him, what a night for Wales. And maybe one or two don't set up for work in the morning. They are going to celebrate long into the night here. Harry Wilson with a lovely finish into the bottom corner. Sent the goalkeeper to his left-hand side. Wilson went to the keeper's right. It is right in the corner. I don't think the goalkeeper would have gone there even if he had gone the right way. Perfectly placed by Wilson. An incredible performance. What a night he's had. It's just going qualifying in 5 matches played. Memorable. So him and for Wales, they don't get these kind of scorelines too often. And Chris Metham, the West Brom, is coming on for his 53rd international. And so too is Ronan Hakio, the Cardiff City defender, 18 years old, 3rd international appearance. And finally, Craig Bellamy obviously feels comfortable enough to give some of the younger players, or at least one younger player, a bit of experience here. Ronan Hakio. And so gone over to the right-hand side, taking the place of Nico Williams. Just 18 years old. So this is for Cardiff City, so this is his home ground. Born in Cardiff as well, special moment to him. And so just to come out a first-team regular for Cardiff City, who are going pretty well in the 3rd tier of English football, recently relegated from the Championship. And Ronan Hakio has it now and getting the ball out wide, portrayed to Silver Thomas and making the underlapping run, trying to take on the Macedonia defender, and manages to put a throw in down by the quarter flag. Macedonia have dealt with the initial danger here. And it looks like Wales are about to make another change, with their final change. Just wonder if Harry Wilson's going to get a standing ovation. No, he's not. It's going to be Liam Cullen to come off. So Harry Wilson's going to stay out there and make sure he changes that match ball. They're taking his place to the final few minutes here as Isaac Davis to make his international debut. 24-year-old Cardiff City player, another of the Cardiff City players. Born in Aberdeen, a little more of an established player in the Cardiff City team. He's played in the Championship. It's his first international appearance. 5 minutes to go. That's whatever the referee adds on here. But it does. Look like being a really special night for Wales. And free kick is taken. Comes to nothing. Fired over the crossbar. A special night for Wales. They needed a miracle to win the group, of course. Liechtenstein needed to upset Belgium. And they, needless to say, have not been able to do that. 7-0 currently. Charles de Pitalara scored a couple of goals. Sidimakas, Umechina, Vanaken, a couple of Doku. Scored one more than Wales have tonight. Little more than 3 minutes for stoppage time remaining. Wilson has it for Wales now on the halfway line. Knocks it out to the right hand side. Takio giving it out to Sorba Thomas, who delivers it into the penalty area. Turn behind for a corner. It was just relentless here, putting the pressure on. Not too many being set forward. Sinless corner should be taken. Sorba Thomas into the near post, flicked on and in. They've got another one. It's 7. And Isaac Davis celebrates. He may have got the final touch here. What a debut this would be for the Kelenic Sydney player. He's the one being congratulated. It's a simple set-piece routine. He flicked it on, and I think actually Broadhead may have got there and applied the final touch. He did. So it's Wrexham's Nathan Broadhead who will claim the goal. Turning it in from close range. Isaac Davis with the header. Will get the assist and nothing more. Nathan Broadhead's 4th international goal. Wales have 7. What a night in Cardiff for Craig Bellamy and his team. Nobody saw this result coming. There is Johnson trying to take the ball away. Wales. He breezed through. There's some defending to do, and now try to hit Macedonia on the counter-attack. The incredible performance it's been from them. Woodson has it now. Let's move into stoppage time, and the referee's decided that's enough. And Harry Wilson was the hero. He scored 3 of Wales' 7 goals. Incredible night for Craig Bellamy and his team. A historic night for Wales and Welsh football. They take second place in the group, which means they have a home tie and potentially an easier draw and an easier passage through to the World Cup in the summer. There's still much work to do. Those playoffs aren't going to be easy, regardless of who they are drawn against. But what a night in Cardiff. 7 goals scored, 3 of them by Harry Wilson, including 2 penalties. In fact, he opened the scoring and finished the score with a penalty. Brooks, Johnson, Dan James, and Nathan Broadhead also getting on the score sheet. Special night for Wales as they beat North Macedonia to finish second in the group and get that seeding and home the draw in the playoffs in March. Final straw, Wales 7, North Macedonia. The 2-goal advantage to be restored by Brennan Johnson. Wilson and Brooks with the other goals for Wales. Siblas Miovski, the Rangers striker, who spoiled for North Macedonia, as really prepared to get this second half underway. So North Macedonia hoping for a strong start to this second period. We did have a couple of opportunities after they pulled one back as well. Carl Darley made a good save to deny Bardi. Just had a couple of uncomfortable moments at the back. Wales, so that have looked extremely threatening. Klimczewski made one really good save to deny Nico Williams. Done for Wales in the early part of the second half. Would certainly ease any remaining tension, although for Bellamy, you'd imagine you'd be pretty happy with the way this has played out so far. They have looked a bit vulnerable on the counter-attack from time to time. Obviously, were caught out for the goal. There was a little bit of fortune from North Macedonia's point of view, but just Carl Darlow slipped at a crucial moment. Nios used it full of dance, Jabab. The next goal in this game was still like, should be in. England holding one to give Wales get it. And Brennan Johnson trying to break away down the left-hand side here for Wales. He's won a throw-in. Trying to play the ball in field. It ricocheted out of play off North Macedonia player. Big performance from him so far this evening. Brennan Johnson with the assist for David Hook's goal and scoring a brilliant third himself. Support Wales 2 goals ahead once more. This inclusion ahead of Saul Thomas was something that was certainly discussed pre-match, because he has been a little out of form, but Craig Bellamy turning to him this evening, and so far that decision has paid off. Burned this forward towards Dan James, who was able to win a throw-in. Good from the right-hand side. Those have taken that pretty quickly, and they are still coming forward. Nico Williams with the attempted cross, and it's turned behind for a corner. Another defender. Reminded there was a slim chance of these two teams to finish top of the group that Belgium lost. So lifters done this evening as the ball comes in, and Liam Cullen trying to attack it from the corner. Wasn't able to get enough on it. Probably feels he should have done a little bit better as well. He's into the near post, tried to flick it on at the near post. Did the Swansea City man. Just didn't get enough on it, or anything on it really. And Macedonia sleeping a little bit at that corner, and very nearly caught out. For either of these teams to finish up the group, it would have required Belgium to either draw and for one of these two to win heavily, for Belgium to lose. And for one of these two to win, with Belgium 3-0 up at the halfway stage. And very much in control of this group as there happens the most of it. Well, Wales will be happy enough for the opening 5 minutes of this second half. Vic drops. Now keeping another attempt to burst into the penalty area. Couldn't quite keep the ball under control. Ball was fired up towards the halfway line. Elmas getting it under control. It's Bardi. It's trying it again here. So North Macedonia plays it out to the left-hand side. Nico Williams with a really good sliding challenge to win the ball for the hosts, who was giving it away. On the edge of the penalty area, Roden. And now it's Bardi with a chance to shoot perhaps. Great block. Forcial interception from Machine there. As Wales now try and break with Dan James. Gets over the halfway line and plays it out to the right-hand side for Brooks. Brooks into the penalty area. Looking for space to shoot. His effort is blocked. It comes to him again. And the effort is tipped over the top by the goalkeeper. Dimitrievski with a brilliant save to deny David Brooks' second goal. But after Wales almost shot themselves in the foot at the other end, they nearly broke away and scored a fourth. It's a good save from the Valencia goalkeeper to keep it at 3-1. And Wales have a corner, but they could so easily have conceded at the other end. Jerome giving the ball away. Macedonia just weren't able to get a shot on goal. Roden has now come forward for this corner, which will be taken by Harry Wilson. Yes, swings it into the far post, straight into the arms of the goalkeeper, and will try and get things moving quickly. Expect both sides to really go for it in the second half, and ending Wales are going to sit back. They may be a little more defensive-minded, but can't afford to just let North Macedonia attack them. They will be perhaps a little more sensible than their opponents, who just look to possibly take advantage of North Macedonia throwing a few extra men forward from time to time. So there, fell the breakaway. He already produced another goal for David Brooks. Ball's with Jay De Silva now. Comes now wide to Brennan Johnson. Johnson, the ball inside. Yeah, it's with Cummin. I was keeping possession nicely. It's with De Silva. Pulls it back into the penalty area. Now it's come to Brooks. Long way out. What's to the 1-2 on the edge of the box. Helmnes wins it back for North Macedonia and then just hesitates on the ball a little bit. There's one back by Brennan Johnson again. Played out to the right-hand side. Now Dan James working it onto his left foot. Flicks it into the penalty area. It just gets away from Liam Cullen. Couldn't get it on the end of it. And then bounces harmlessly out of play. Wales do look afraid. Changes being made here by North Macedonia. Going to make a couple of substitutions. Isnik Alimi is one of those coming off. Andrei Stachevsky making way as well. Medako shut it off his own. So serious. Lirim Hamidi. So Alimi and Stachevsky Bitu coming out. The change made fairly early in the second half. Just 10 minutes in. Wales still have that 3-1 lead. And they're satisfied enough with the start of the second period. They could have had it to their goal tally, in truth. I tell you as well, since half-time, that Belgium have added a couple more goals. And they now lead by 5 goals to 0 against Liechtenstein. That top spot is even more secure as Wales come forward again with Wilson. Lovely back heel, and there's number 4. Setting up Dan James brilliantly for another Wales. Balga, the claimed second spot on this group now for sure. And it's a beautifully worked goal. Once again, Harry Wilson involved. Scored the penalty earlier on. But he sets up Dan James for his 9th international goal. But it was beautifully worked. Brooks started the move by driving in fields, played the ball out to Harry Wilson, who backheeled it first time into the path of the on-rushing Dan James, who was completely unmarked. 1-minute goalkeeper, and he stood it into the bottom corner. Beautiful Welsh goal. 4-1. Job done, it would seem, in Cardiff. The next goal